Question 22. We've got to start off by filling in the probability diagram. In fact, what might help is just to quickly try and tell the story. So, two boxes, box A and another box, box B. Inside box A there are 6 blacks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 4 whites. And over here in box B there are 7 blacks and 3 whites. There's the 7 blacks and here are the 3 whites. Okay, so the probability of picking out a counter that is black from box A is 6 out of 10. Okay, remember that it has to be a fraction. 6 out of 10. You could simplify that to 3/5, but 6 out of 10 is fine. And the white is 4 out of 10. The probability of picking white is 4 out of 10. Okay. If we're then going to pick a counter from B and put it over into A, the probability, well, the probability right now of picking a black is 7 out of 10. However, that's not actually what happens in this scenario, because it says that Jan takes a counter from box A and puts it into box B. Okay, oops, puts it into box B. So if they choose a black first of all and put it into box B, that means there's going to be an extra black now in box B, making the probability of choosing a black 8 out of 11. However, so probability of picking a black is 8 out of 11, and therefore the probability of picking a white is 3 out of 11. Right, now, however, if it wasn't a black that they'd put in, that they'd taken from box A, but instead a white, means box B would now have an extra white, the probability of choosing a white would be 4 out of 11, and black would be 7 out of 11. So that's how you correctly fill it in for 2 marks. If you had got these 2 correct, that's worth a mark. Right, now it says, for the second part of the question, find the probability that after Jan has put the counter from box B into box A, there will still be 6 black counters and 4 white counters in box A. So just to go through that, take a counter from box A and put it into box B, and then from B put it back into A. And it's saying, what's the chance that actually we still get back to where we started in box A after all of that? Well, the only way that could happen would be if we'd added, well, so there are 2 ways, right? One would be to add a black to box B, but then take away that black and put it back into box A. Okay, I would just want to try and demonstrate that again. Okay, so it would be a matter of taking away one of the ones in A and put it into box B, but then taking it back out of box B and putting it back into A. So that's how we'd get back to where we started. So what was that? Black out, black back in. So that's this route here. And the probability of that is 6 over 10 times 8 over 11, which is 48 over 110. The other way that could have happened is if we'd taken a white out of A and put an extra white into box B, and then taken a white out of box B and put it back into box A. So that would be this scenario here, white followed by white, which is 4/10 times 4/11, which gives you 16 over 110. And if you add these 2 fractions together, you get 64 over 110. That would give you full marks, but you could also simplify it to 32 over 55. Okay, either of those 2 answers would give you the full marks. Okay, right. So what I would suggest then is, when you've got a problem like this and it doesn't quite seem to make sense from the words, draw a little diagram so that you can see what's happening. Okay, simple as that. Didn't cost me much time to do, and it probably saved me a load of marks. That's the end of the video.